Welcome to Mallorca and the first video of 2025. So we thought it would be a really great way to kick off the year and get that inspiration going by taking this quick trip to Mallorca. Mm-hmm. I've never been here before, but you have many, many times.
I think this is my eighth time, probably. I went many times as a child with my parents to resorts.
Because that's what you do if you're from Germany, right?
Yes.
Those all-inclusive resorts.
Yeah. Then as a teenager, I went 4 years in a row to party.
To party. Get your drink on, party on, shopping.
And then 9 years ago, I went with a friend just to explore a little bit.
Yeah, more similar to this type of trip. But I think the things that we have planned for this trip, it's not a super long one. It's just a quick little getaway to break up the Berlin winter. But what we're planning to do, you haven't done a ton of similar things. So
no, yeah, I made sure that we do some things this year that I also haven't done.
Yeah, she did a little write-up on her Substack saying that she's excited to explore through a different set of eyes, like mine, because we usually explore from obviously a filmmaker's and photographer's perspective.
And I think I also haven't, you and I explore the food scene a lot too.
Yeah, that's true. And the first thing we did was we went to get a car, because you really do need a car when you're exploring Mallorca.
Yes. Yeah.
And we've mentioned in the past that we like to use Gold Car whenever it's available, because it's just so straightforward. You pay your rate, and if you do the key and go option, it's a little more expensive than going on your own, but then they have to say, do you want the insurance, you want this add-on, that add-on. With key and go, the price you see on the screen is the price you pay. There's no deposit except for the €100 for gas that you get back if you return the car with full tank. You literally walk up, punch in your booking code, the key drops out, and as you can see, it literally took us seconds.
Yes.
To get it all done.
You don't have to talk to anyone. You just walk up to your car once you have the key.
As we rolled up, there was a ton of people waiting to talk to the people at the desk. We rolled past them and we were gone in an instant. Then you head over to the garage, grab your car, and you're on your way. Right after we picked up our rental car, we headed to Andana for lunch. What's really unique about this restaurant is it sits in the historic Old Main train station, built in 1875, and is located at kilometer 0 geographically, so it's right in the center of Palma. The restaurant is laid back, the room is stunning, and the service and food were fantastic. We highly recommend it. We have now made it to where we're staying for the entirety of our trip. It's a little more inland and central. It's in a village called Algaida.
Yeah.
Really, really small, but we're at this beautiful property. As you can see around us, this is their terrace area. There's a little pool behind us as well. Unfortunately, too cold to swim.
Yeah.
But it is called Petit
Hotel Algaida.
And it's really nice. The owner, his name is Tony. He's been a really great host from the welcome. And our plan is to break up, because it's a short trip. Our plan is to break it up into each day. So we're going to do the north for one day.
Yeah.
Then we will head to the south for one day, which is more of like the coves and beaches. The north is more of those twisty, turny roads.
Yeah, and mountain villages.
Yep. So there's 3 main mountain villages that we hope to hit up and explore and take pictures of. And then the last day we'll head back to Palma de Mallorca, which is the main city in the old town, and explore there. We're just going to get settled in, put away our luggage, and then we will see you on our first day. So this part was supposed to be a beautiful drone shot of the mountainous regions in the north of the island. But as you can see, it's a complete whiteout.
It's raining.
And we knew that today would be rainy, and when we checked the radar, it was supposed to leave this region, but obviously it hasn't. if you see behind me here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's some beautiful, super windy roads. I might have to get a stock image or some stock clips to show you what I wanted to show you. And the reason why I wanted to come up here is I knew that Mallorca had some of these really twisty and turny mountainous roads with some beautiful views. And as someone who's owned a drone for a long time and flown drones for quite a while, I think that's one of the images that you want to get. That's one of the iconic images that you see from drone flyers. But it is absolutely a whiteout here. So we're up in the north. There's a bunch of small little towns and villages that we want to visit. And we thought we would start with this first, based off of the radar, but it's not going anywhere.
No.
So I'm sorry, I'll still show you what it looks like around us here. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing. So we're at a viewpoint called the Mirador. Coll de Ries.
Yeah.
And it has one of the most epic little road sequences that I think would make a beautiful drone shot. And the rain kind of stopped. I might be able to throw it up still.
Yeah, it's just,
But if I can't, our plan is to head over to the other small towns in this region.
Yeah.
So we're doing the north part of the island today. So wish us luck. Hopefully we can bring you some other cool views from the other cities. So we've made it to our first city that we wanted to stop at, and it is called Sóller.
Sóller, yeah.
It's actually pretty popular.
Very popular, actually.
But you've never been here before.
No, I've only been to the port, to the harbor.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we sort of mentioned in the intro, Katarina has been to Mallorca many times, but you haven't explored the north the way that we're trying to do today.
Yes. Yeah.
And unfortunately, that first sequence did not work out. It was just so foggy and so rainy. We thought it was going to break. I even got the drone out for a second.
Yeah, we tried.
But I wasn't going to risk destroying the drone with the rain. But the city is actually so beautiful. It's still raining and it's low season. So you're not going to get as much action here. But this main square is really cool because why?
Because there's two cafes right in front of the church and there's a tram line going through. So I've seen shots of the tram really going through the cafes. Yeah, and that gives you such unique opportunities for some cool photos, which I'm not going to get today. Yeah. I really also wanted to do a really cool sequence of filming us on that train, maybe like a risky business style scene where you're kind of sitting in the train and taking in the vibes and the sounds of the city as a cool little filmic sequence. But I don't think anything is running today. They still have their Christmas stuff up. So they're really taking it real slow. So we're going to find somewhere to eat now. If we find something cool, we'll share that with you. And then we're going to move on to our next city, which is Deia. Yeah. So let's hope that we can find something delicious to eat so that I can show you where to eat in Sóller. Even though many things were closed, we did manage to find a bakery that we had our eye on. We ended up getting 2 pastries, the classic peas and sopressata and chicken and onion. They were both really good, especially for the price. So we made it to this village of Deia. And Katarina's saying it's her favorite so far. Yes, it's very quaint because it has a unique style. It's built sort of like one long street across a mountain, alongside a mountain.
Yeah, I think the village itself is nestled into the landscape, similar to that cave village in Andalusia.
Petit Hotel de las Bodegas.
Yeah, It's pretty sleepy because it's their sort of siesta time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I mean, we have the streets to ourselves, so I think I'm just going to take a few snaps in this area. Otherwise, we can't really show it off too much because things aren't really open.
Yeah.
But we just want to show you some of these cool streets and landscapes. Here's a really cool shot. I'll take a shot of this right now. If you want to hold on to this.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get a good shot of this. So yeah, I think we're just going to take some photos and explore a little bit. And then we're going to make our way to the next little city, which is Valldemossa. And you said you love this area because...
They're all so close to each other. Valldemossa, I think, is 15 minutes from Deia, which is so awesome. You can hit up a lot of spots.
Yeah, and our other city that we visited right before this, which was Sóller, was about a 25-minute drive. So let's go down this side. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, there's a car coming, so we're going to go this way. But like, check out this road behind us. That looks super beautiful. I think Valldemossa has a lot of streets like that, so we'll take some photos there. But right now, we are gonna... The sun's coming out a little bit finally.
I know, look at it.
It looks awesome. Check it out. Or can you guys see? I want to try to tilt the camera up. Like, look, the sun. So we've made it to Valldemossa, and we also found the sun.
Yeah, and we found the exact viewpoint that I went to 9 years ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Katerina to send me that photo so that I can put it up on screen that you took 9 years ago. Yeah. This is bringing back all the memories. This viewpoint is Mirador de Valldemossa.
Dos, yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
And you have to actually drive through
the town,
depending on which way you're coming. But if you're coming from Sóller, you drive through the town. And I have to tell you, it looks so like quaint and adorable that we decided to stop, and you get some nice photos of the main city there. So we're gonna go back and explore that right now.
Yeah, before the sun sets.
Before the sun sets. So right now, Katerina and I are walking through all those back streets that I think we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
About the streets being super cozy and very winding, lined with all these flower pots. And I think this village is famous for that, right?
Yeah, exactly, it is. Yeah.
And the one street that we just came through, which is Cala
Rectoria, and I think it's the most famous
Rectoria,
one.
yeah. I think if you look up Valldemossa, you'll see that image the most. And it's really quiet because, as we mentioned, during low season, this area is really, really quiet.
Yeah.
And we're just walking past some construction, so we gotta be a little bit careful. Looks like they're rebuilding some new businesses here. And we also stopped for a very famous snack from this area, which is the potato bun.
The coca de patate.
Yeah, and there's just the original version with the
powdered sugar,
and then
filled with Nutella.
Yeah, there's a version filled with Nutella, and it's been around since 1920.
Yeah.
And it was very busy in there. But we tried it. We liked it a lot.
Yeah.
We're just exploring this area. I'm taking some photos. We're getting decent amount of light, but the mountains are making the scenes a little bit dark. And now we just have to decide if we want to have dinner here or not, or maybe we have to go back into the main city because it seems like nothing's open here. It feels very, very quiet. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna explore a little bit more, and then we're probably gonna wrap up our day so that we can get ready for tomorrow because we're heading south to all the coves and beaches. Wow, what a difference one day makes. Because yesterday it was raining the entire day, and when it wasn't raining, it was just misty. But like today, this is the Mallorca that you promised.
Yeah.
And I have to say, when I woke up this morning, I had some hopes because it was a little bit sunny. And now that we're driving down towards the south, this is the Mallorca that you see in all the photos.
Yes.
The rockside cliffs, the turquoise, crystal clear water. Everyone's laying around on the rocks,
Yeah.
tanning, not today, playing card games, backgammon, chess, whatever that might be. And when I saw this, I was like, wow, there's so many alcoves here.
So many.
And we're just gonna have to try to pick some of our favorites. Kat has a few plotted out. So our plan today is to go to this cove with a big arch.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful scenic ones. And also explore a town.
Yeah, Santanyí, the town of Santanyí.
And you've been there before.
Yes, I've been on a Saturday where there's the famous market, which we're missing this time because we're not here Saturdays.
Right.
Yeah.
But I hope to do this area justice because it is just beautiful. I have already been snapping a ton of photos before I whipped out the Osmo to record the sequence. So I hope you enjoy the next few minutes of this beautiful southern region of Mallorca.
So we've made it to our second spot, which is Espontas, which is a spot that's actually famous for a sea arch. I'll show you. There we go. Michael's taking some photos of it right now and it looks epic. We had to walk down a little bit from the actual viewpoint because the viewpoint is really straight on and we found that this is a much better view of it. And it's just a 10-minute walk from the Cala Santanyi that we were at earlier. And Michael's coming back. Hello, how are the photos?
Yeah, the sea arch is really beautiful. The area is also, like if you look, it's very unguarded.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down back there to see if I can get some more photos.
Yeah.
See you for a second because you're blending into the bushes. So now we are at the sort of the final location for the day that we had researched. Katerina and I left the first viewpoint, headed into the main town, and decided to grab some lunch. The town was quiet and very, very sleepy, so I didn't film a lot. But it is worth a stop.
For sure.
Unfortunately, as I mentioned, during this time of the season, a lot of people have taken like 2 months off. So the main place that we wanted to go to, which was La Nouvelle Famille, which is this really cool semi-modern wine restaurant, was closed. Yeah. So we just popped into another place, which is called Retroway.
Retroway, yeah.
And it was more of like a tropical island style cuisines with like bowls and stuff. Like
surfer style.
Surfer style, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. So it tasted good, and so if you're stuck for something, it's also a good place to eat. It's a little out of the center. And now we've made it to one of the more beautiful spots in the southern region, and this is called the
Calo dos Moro.
Yeah, Calo dos Moro, and it's just filled with rocks. So we're just gonna try to find some good places for some photos. Yeah. And and there's no drones here, so maybe I'll just have to use the Osmo for some video. And I'm gonna do my best to show you how beautiful this area is. Check this out. Down there, right behind me, is the main beach.
Yeah.
And it's as stunning as it looks in photos.
Yeah, it is.
I've been snapping away. It's really interesting because it's sort of being upkept and preserved by some sort of group.
Yeah.
And there's like a little donation box. You're not supposed to step on certain areas because they're trying to regrow the plants.
Yeah.
There's a marked pathway and this railing, which seems pretty secure. The sun is coming out and the water is green, and I can see how in the summertime people are just nestled in the little coves and caves and jumping in the water when it's
So
too hot.
outside, yeah.
But it is really absolutely beautiful here. It's a no drone zone, so I'm not gonna fly my drone. I don't want to be super disrespectful, but if I get to an area where it seems like it's allowed, then I'm gonna try to get a shot of it.
Yeah.
But we highly recommend coming here.
Yes.
Pretty confusing at first because there's a lot of signs that say private or privado, but if you just follow the signs for Calo dos Moro, you'll get this.
Yeah.
And you just keep walking, and if it looks like it's a dead end, it's probably not, and you just keep going and you will stay along this beautiful pathway. So we are on our final day and we have decided to come explore.
Palma de Mallorca.
And right away, as soon as you get into this part of the city, you can tell that it is busy. Because the winding streets are nice and tight, so there's just literally people everywhere. It's reminds me a lot of when we were in Sevilla and Andalusia.
Totally, yeah.
As you can see, again, in Spain, they really value their massive, well-built cathedrals, because that cathedral just looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
It's like a castle.
Yeah. And I think there is a castle next to it, actually.
Okay. So our plan today is to explore the city. And as I mentioned in the other couple days, we weren't really able to show you some of the food scene because everything was closed. But I'm hoping that because today we're in the main city, that all the places that I have on my list are open. Now, I guess what I'll do is I'll still put my list in the description of this video in case you want to check out some of these food spots for when you head to Mallorca, if you ever do that. But I think the three main places are open. There's also some coffee shops that Katerina wants to explore, and I think we might have to check that out.
Yeah.
That looks way too stunning, and this view is just absolutely epic. And what do you remember from Palma?
Not a lot, because I was only here when I was a teenager, so I remember the main shopping streets.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We just got here. It's early in the day. Our first stop is
Coffee.
always. From the main cathedral, we decided to go to Nano Coffee Lab, which is just a quick 10-minute walk along the beautiful Passage d'Esporn. The coffee shop is cozy, modern, and serves really great third wave coffee, and it's perfectly central while you're exploring the city. So we just finished our lunch, and what did you think?
I had no expectations because I hadn't researched it, and I was blown away.
It was extremely, extremely delicious.
Yeah.
And I would say that you're going to be hard pressed to find a restaurant that has that quality of food for the price. It was a 3-course meal with appetizer, entree, dessert. Bread was included, and so was your water, for 23 euros per person. I find that really, really fair.
And the quality was just so up there.
And from my research, Chef Tony has worked with one of the more celebrity, well-known chefs here in Mallorca, Mark Foch, and he has some 2 Michelin star restaurants, I believe, in Mallorca, a few different restaurants, and he's trained under him, so his skills are top quality. And he's just decided to do his own thing with his wife and his wife's sister, and they created this little thing where it's about friends and family and locals, and then it's gaining a lot of traction. So highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed some of the scenes of the food that we had. And now we are going to move on to sort of the more hip area, which is Santa Catalina.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to explore that area before we have to head off to our next dinner. So the one thing that I love about traveling is sometimes you're just walking through the streets and you stumble upon something absolutely epic. And then there's other times where you stumble upon something that is a little bit strange at the same time.
Yes.
We walked past the library and it looks so beautiful on the outside, and the building itself, as you can see, is absolutely stunning. But there's also a bit of weirdness. Let me show you. Like, we're not really sure what this is. It must mean something. But then there's also this stunning staircase. And 2 massive statues. So if anyone knows the significance of these statues, please
let us know.
Let us know. Leave a comment below. I'm so curious. Katerina and I walked all the way to Santa Catalina. And what did you think of it?
It looks promising, but everything's closed.
So the theme of this time of year in Mallorca is that you're chancing it.
Yes.
You're taking a chance. And yeah, you can tell that there's the potential for really hip restaurants and bars. And the reason why it's also popular because there's the fish market there during the daytime. So it could be like a daytime thing that's really hip and cool. And in the evening, unfortunately right now, as Kat mentioned, many things are closed.
Yeah.
So we're just walking down one of the main park boardwalks that has a little bit of this like canal.
Yeah.
And like this old fortress behind me, which is now a museum. And Kat thinks it's kind of like public and free.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're gonna try to get in there, and I think there's a viewpoint from what you're saying. turns out that this fortress and this building is actually super epic, and it seems to be that it is open to the public, and from what I can tell, free.
Yeah.
Because we're walking around and there's staff, but they're telling us nothing. Like they're not telling us that we can't, or that we can, or what we should do. So we're just gonna slowly make our way through this beautiful fortress, as you can see, and we're gonna head up to what we think is the viewpoint, and hopefully we see something really cool.
We should have an epic view of the cathedral. So.
Yeah. Like, look at this. Look at these. What do you think of this place?
It's stunning.
Like, what the heck? I actually want to know more what this place used to be.
Yes.
Before they turned it into a contemporary museum. Yeah, we're going all the way up here now. And I think we're just going to take you all the way with us. So bear with me here.
Well, we walk up these very steep stairs.
Very, very steep. And normally I would cut these scenes short,
But today,
try to make it all like epic fast cut editing. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to the top, and I'm going to show you the amazing cathedral that we saw at the beginning of the day right behind us. Look at that. What? This view is crazy.
yeah, it is.
So, I don't know, maybe let's go over here and maybe let's try to put the camera down. Hold on to this mic cat.
Yeah. Ooh.
You think is it gonna work?
No.
Or should I just put it down?
Put it down. Or put it on here.
Nah, I got it. I'll just angle it up and we'll just head all the way back. So it is dark and you probably can't see a lot, but I have to say, if you come to Mallorca,
Yeah.
definitely come to this building.
Yeah.
It's a free thing to do that you've never done.
No, and I think actually if you can, come at night, because the night view with all the cathedral lit up and this place lit up is stunning.
Heck, do it at like golden hour, blue
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
I think that's where the money is. But we're gonna get ready to go for dinner. I will probably film some sequences and then just do a little voiceover.
Yeah.
So we're not disturbing the other guests. The room is stunning, right?
Yes.
I don't know much about the restaurant. This is Katerina's pick.
I hope
What-
it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like it's a tapas restaurant,
Yeah.
and it's a very modern Spanish style room, I
Yeah.
think.
And really, really beautiful.
Yeah. So I guess this is the end of the trip, huh?
It is. And I have to say that Mallorca is as beautiful as you said it would be.
Yeah.
I will also say that if you want to get 100% out of this beautiful island, January is probably not going to be the best time.
No.
I mentioned at the beginning that I wanted to come here for some inspiration to be injected right at the beginning of the new year, and it certainly was. But as someone who overthinks, as a lot of creators do, I sometimes get in my head, and with so many things being closed and so many spots just shut down until middle of March, it was hard to create what I sort of envisioned in my head. And that's always the chance with these sort of travel style, shoot by the hip, running gun videos.
Yeah.
And I hope that we did our best to share
Yeah.
information that would be useful to everyone watching. I'm not done with Mallorca because I think it has so much more to show to me.
It does.
But what we will do is we will put all the information of everything we did, and then also all the things that we had hoped to do.
Yes.
So that it can help you plan your trip if you're also looking to come here. In the end, I'm so happy that we decided to come here, because being a kid from Canada, growing up, when you hear the name Mallorca, it seems so far off.
And so something you want to do sometime in your life, but you don't know if you can.
Yeah, because it seems far. I guess it's the same way Germans feel about, or Europeans feel about maybe Hawaii.
Or even Mexico.
Yeah, because it's far the other way.
And it feels different.
Yeah, because Katarina's never been to Mexico, and I've been several times. So hopefully we can do that trip one day. And then lastly, I just want to say I hope everyone has had a great beginning of 2025. If you caught our last video, we shared some exciting news, and that was sort of the preface of this trip as being the last one where it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you watching these videos.
We really do, yes.
So all the photos that you've seen in this video throughout were shot on the Leica Deluxe 8, because I know some people have been asking me for more photos coming from that camera. I want to make a video dedicated strictly to that soon, hopefully, and I hope the weather in Berlin cooperates. Because right now, from what we can tell, it still is just rainy and gray.
Yeah.
So we got to head to the airport. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Like this video if you found it entertaining or helpful. And as always,
Live passionately.
and stay inspired.
Bye.
Should have connected it to my phone.